real. All right. Now, I was optimistic the entire time, but man, this is getting bad. All right. So, reading the title, y'all already see, man, WNBA offered no proposal at critical CBA meeting. I mean, the owners are like, yo, we gave our last proposal. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. Now, I won't read the whole thing. I will summarize it because I read through it already. And I just wanted to pick out some.
The WNBA players and owners finally came together for a major 3-hour meeting at league headquarters in New York City on Monday, after weeks of anticipation. And despite the union having submitted their counterproposal 6 weeks earlier, the league entered this high-stakes discussion with absolutely nothing. There was no new offer, no counterproposal, just a vague assurance that they would begin working on an official response in the near future.
And oh my goodness. Now, Kelsey Plum did say she just wanted to get in front of the owners, have a heart-to-heart, have a conversation with them. And I guess that's what this meeting really was, man. It was nothing new. It was just going over how they felt about the first meeting or that last meeting that they had, right? Now, it's crazy because Kelsey Plum and Fee did not make it to this meeting in person.
Nneka Allmike, the union president, captured the situation perfectly when she spoke afterward. She explained that the league's lack of a concrete offer set the tone for the entire conversation, leaving everyone hoping for something different. And honestly, calling this messy is a serious understatement at this point.
Continue. It says it was the first time players met in person with the league and members of ownership since the fall, and roughly 6 weeks since the union's last proposal was sent. 6 weeks. Man, this is crazy. The WNBA did not counter the players' proposal at Monday's meeting. Instead, it was communicated to the union on Monday that the league would begin working on an official response to their proposal. Now, Nneka ended up stating that they told them this.
This situation is genuinely concerning for anyone who cares about the WNBA because it raises real questions about whether we'll actually see basketball in 2026. The uncertainty is tangible.
My attention, fam. She said earlier in the day, it was reported by ESPN that strong debate was occurring among members of the WNBPA's 7-team executive committee. According to this report, one group believes now is the time to stand firm in the pursuit of a revamped revenue model. The other group, meanwhile, is less inclined to pursue a strike. Hey, man, here it is. Here it is, man. You have half saying, let's get it done. You have half saying, hey, hold out just a tad bit longer. I knew this was coming, man.
And that's the thing. 2 days before one of the most critical meetings in WNBA history, the two highest-ranking union members couldn't even make it to New York City. Nneka Allmike was there. Alicia Clark showed up.
Union, right? I mean, you have players who don't necessarily have these endorsements that they can just live off of while they're fighting for this new CBA, right? So I can only imagine that some players are like, yo, look, this is more money than I've ever seen on a contract. We need to go ahead and do it. But then you have some of them saying, you know, look, if they're willing to give us this, just imagine how much we're worth. So I understand that too, but man.
On Zoom, there were Kelsey Plum, Breanna Stewart, Elizabeth Williams, and roughly 40 other players listening in. This shows there's clearly massive interest from the rank and file membership.
Here, because it was a waste of time, y'all coming into this meeting without a new proposal. But at the end of the day, I mean, Kelsey Plum did state that she just wanted to get in front of the owners and have a heart-to-heart. Honestly, maybe this was needed because the league or the owners were not answering you guys at all. They were ignoring you all. But now it seems like they're working on an official proposal. So maybe this meeting was needed. Maybe the owners heard them out a tad bit more. I don't know. We're going to see if a new proposal or counter proposal.
Matt Ishbia from the Mercury joined via Zoom, and that was it. Representing the entire ownership side, supposedly negotiating in good faith to save the season. I knew this was going to be complicated. But earlier that same day, ESPN dropped a bombshell report that should alarm anyone hoping to see WNBA basketball.
Man, we just want hoops, I promise you. So as they stated, we're still at the status quo right now. Hopefully something gets done. I mean, Caitlin Clark ended up reassuring people who were watching the CBS or, not CBS, NBC, that something would get done. they will get it done within a few weeks. So hopefully that happens so we can see some hoops, man. Y'all let me know how y'all.
One group within the WNBPA Executive Committee believes this is the perfect moment to stand firm and push hard for the revenue-sharing model they've been demanding for years, while the other group seems less inclined to risk a strike, weighing the league's current offer, which is objectively the largest financial proposal in WNBA history, and questioning whether holding out is worth the gamble. Nika Allmike and Alicia Clark immediately denied any internal division, insisting the union is united and everyone is on the same page. But denials like this rarely come out of nowhere. Major outlets like ESPN have sources deep within the committee, and when reports of division surface and the leadership quickly dismiss them, it usually indicates there is some truth they're trying to manage. The tension stems not from principle, but from the starkly different financial realities players face. Superstars like Breanna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, and Nika Allmike have endorsement deals, lucrative overseas contracts, and financial security beyond their WNBA salaries. They can afford a holdout or even miss a season. For many other players making around $75,000 without multi-million-dollar contracts, the league's current offer represents more money than they've ever earned professionally. Asking them to potentially walk away for the sake of a revenue-sharing model creates natural tension. During the 3-hour meeting, the owners made it immediately clear they had no new proposal prepared. They stated they would begin working on an official response to the union's last proposal, 6 weeks after receiving it. This lack of urgency frustrated the players, especially Kelsey Plum, who wanted a genuine, face-to-face conversation about the league's future, only to hear a vague promise of a response later. The owners appear to be employing a deliberate waiting game. Their current offer includes significant salary increases, charter flights, better working conditions, and overall improvements, and they're letting time pressure players. Each passing day increases financial stress on players without outside income, potentially creating cracks in union unity and pressuring leadership to accept the deal. Caitlin Clark recently offered some hope, stating during an NBC broadcast that a deal would likely be reached in the coming weeks. But she's not in negotiations herself. Her optimism could be based on secondhand updates intended to keep rookies calm. The bigger issue is that the negotiations now touch the very sustainability of the WNBA's business model. The league's current offer represents a massive financial commitment, but players are pushing for revenue sharing and true partnership in the business. The owners, however, point to actual balance sheets showing most teams still operate at a loss and rely on NBA subsidies. The disconnect is clear. Players see cultural momentum, growth, and new media deals and believe the money exists, while owners see financial constraints and risk of overcommitting. The Monday meeting resolved nothing on these core issues. It provided a platform for players to express frustration, but the owners' small delegation, 4 in person, 1 on Zoom, sent a clear message. They feel no urgency and believe their offer is fair. Alicia Clark confirmed that a strike remains on the table, but threats only work if the other side believes them. Owners have seen deadlines pass without action and internal debate reported in the press, so they may be betting that players will ultimately accept the deal under financial pressure. If the owners are wrong and players walk away, the WNBA could face a crisis unlike any before, potentially missing an entire season at the league's peak moment, losing key storylines and alienating new fans. As things stand, there's still no deal, no clear timeline, and no indication either side is ready to compromise. Kelsey Plum's heart-to-heart with the owners did happen, but it doesn't appear to have produced mutual understanding. Players left frustrated, feeling disrespected and unheard. That frustration could either galvanize the union to hold out or increase pressure to accept the deal. Time is running out, and eventually someone has to blink. The ultimate question is whether it will be the players who need paychecks or the owners who need a product to sell. Every decision made now will determine whether we see WNBA basketball in 2026.